Yo. Yep. How y'all doing, chat? Oh man, I got some coffee. Just made some at damn near fucking 1 in the morning. Um, why? Because I'm like that. You know, it's what I do. Yeah, that's good shit. That's good stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. All right. We're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. I was gonna play BO6, but I'm like, nah, I don't know if I want to do that. So yeah, we're hopping on BO6 today. I mean Minecraft today, just for some chill vibes, chill Minecraft vibes. Not trying to rage or do any of that shit. It's not my vibe right now. Fuck. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. And shit. We didn't really got much else to get into. Let's just hop right in to the fucking Minecraft. Let me actually load into this real quick. At source, game capture. Minecraft launcher. I have been playing a lot of World of Warcraft. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been playing a lot of WoW, retail WoW, and it's been pretty good. It's all right, you know. WoW isn't too bad. Video capture. I'm gonna darken up my. Alright, we have the phase logo in the back. How does that look though? I think it looks pretty cool. That's on my big ass TV. The big ass phase logo. I think it looks cool. I think the phase logo looks fire. We're gonna be playing Bedrock today. Some good coffee. So far away, the rays of the day, yeah. For the night, so we're wasted above. Alright. Oh, no. This is about to crash my shit. I gotta do it so slow. So if you like readjust the size of anything on OBS way too fast, it will automatically crash. And that shit is so annoying. So I'm just doing it as slow as fucking possible. I'm not trying to fuck up anything right now. Slowly. Slow and steady wins the race. Alright. Alright, we're good. Y'all can see the Minecraft shit. Let me actually change this. There we go. That is from my YouTube. Again, readjust as slow as fucking possible. I hope this music isn't like copywritten, because that would be kind of sad. Not gonna lie. Whoa. I have to join on my PS5 so I can transfer all of my shit to my to my character, my main character. Oh shit. I want to go live on TikTok, but like I can't, which is sad. But who gives a fuck? You know, who cares about TikTok, bro? Ain't nobody give a shit about no TikTok. I'm sad actually. I'm actually sad about that though. I can't even lie. Alright, so if y'all want a quick tour of my like base, this is my base right here. But I do have all of my shit on my PS5, so I'm gonna have to join there and drop it all off. I don't know why I did that. That was such a dumb decision. Just join the Minecraft. Oh shit. One kiss is all it takes. Fall in love with you. Possibilities are connecting to multiplayer game. Download required, sure. So is WoW a game like that is good? Is this game alive? Is it a game that is like new player friendly, or is it sort of like Destiny 2, which is just not new player friendly at all? Because I know Destiny 2 is fucking awful for new players. Like terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, I'm really gonna jump off all this shit here. And I have to see if I can find an ender chest. That way I can see if I have nothing else in there. I dropped off all of that. Now if I don't know if I do. I have to find and see if I have ender chest. Ender chest, ender chest. Seems like I do not have an ender chest, which is fine. I could realistically just make one, which I will do. How do you do that? Ender chest, ender chest. You can make obsidian shit. That's new. Okay. And I don't think there's anything new. Okay. Right, I'll just say sayonara. We're back. Alright, bet. Here's all of the shit that I dropped off from my other character. All of that, all the goods. Nice. So right here we're running all dragon armor, which is like the higher tier stuff. Not gonna lie, this music is really loud. Minecraft. That is so good. Coffee cannot get any better, bro. It's so fucking good. I'm just scrolling to see something real quick. I need to find a tutorial on how to make a statue, because I do want to make a statue. I want to just start creating shit in this world. I think that would be pretty cool. Shout out NMPLOL. That's literally all of my like recommended on Twitch or on YouTube. Just pure like fucking NMPLOL, Extra Emily, a bunch of Senna, Zoil, Maya, bunch of like the Austin streamers, Tectel in here, Chuckle Sandwich, Adapt, Penguin Zero, Ron, and all that. Alright, let me go ahead and find this. Truth and reconciliation, or reconcile. TSMC. Wait, TSMC Minecraft. That's what I'm looking for. How to make an Italian restaurant? Which, okay. 2 years of building. No, I just want to make a cool statue. That's all I want. Statue. 8-bit superhero builds? We can make a superhero. That'd be cool. Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Nah. Ultron? We could do Ultron. An Ultron statue? That would be kind of tough. That would be kind of cool. Minecraft mob statues. Let's do. Bro, this guy is a legend. He's done crumble cookie and all that shit. Okay. Oh, this Ghostface one looks fire. Alright, we'll make this Ghostface one. That would be cool. I think I might build a plane. I don't know. We'll see, but let me hop back into it. Alright, we're here. Back in the game. And there's a lot of new armor too that they added. They've updated this heavily since the last time I played. Like a lot. They've updated it so much. And so just Skulk now, XP ore, uranium. A powerful material that requires multiple stages of refinement to become useful, primarily used in the creation of uranium balls. Found in sandstone. What? New gear. So gold. Glowstone is okay. Amethyst. Okay. Okay. Obsidian is as strong as diamond. Right now I have dragon. Skulk is as strong as dragon. Divine. So I pretty much have the best armor right now in the game. Besides these two. These two are pretty much cracked. Like these give you like special powers and shit like that. Fuck my hair. But these basically give you like special powers and all that. Which oh my hair. Okay. Which is cool, but it's a lot of work. Alright, here are the bows. You can make a bunch of different bows now. A flame bow, diamond bow, cryo diamond bow, which is new. A flame diamond bow. The strongest vanilla bow in the game, okay? Flame netherite diamond bow, wow. Or flame netherite bow. Man, it's a lot of new stuff in the game. Let's look here, see what they have. And the weapons, yeah, look at that. There's so much more shit. It's not the same. V2 swords. Flame V2. Bow V2. I might make this. This one looks comp. That one looks cool. A flame diamond bow. I mean, that's simple. I have a lot of diamonds. Yeah, I do. Okay, one of that, and then a flame ore, which is right here. But that was raw flame. That was raw flame. I don't even think I could get raw flame anymore. Because I have too much of the... Or I have the flame pickaxe. So that automatically, like, smelts it, I think. Ooh, whoa. Why is my camera retarded? Alright. Whoa, the nether. Oh, okay, there you go. It was loading in. It was loading shit in. I got 3 netherite ingots. Okay. Whoa. Damn. How high is this? Render distance? Frame? I'm gonna put that right there. Yeah, that just needs string. Which I should have some yet. Okay, goes that, and then that. No? Wait, what? Diamond flame bow. Oh, it was just literally just ingots. I'm retarded. Let's just put that there. Alright, there you go. Flame diamond bow instead of the regular diamond bow. Alright, let's get some lapis. What? That's not lapis. Damn, bro, I need to trim my beard. Yo, how you doing? How you doing? Oh my god, but that's infin- Oh, shit, wait, that's actually perfect. I'm good. I am good. I'm actually doing very good, actually. That's cracked. That's fucking cool, okay. Yeah, totally. Hold on. Yo, Mia, do you wanna see something? Can I show you something? Get banned, bitch. You fucking bot. Get that shit out of here, boy. Man, I hate I hate that shit, bro. I fucking hate you stupid ass fucking bots, bro. That shit's so dumb. Nope. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Oh, I think my game might fucking crash, Loki. My game might crash from this. Alright, I think we're good. Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse. Oh my god. Okay. Bruh, it improved better battery life. Battery life. The fuck? Use texture limit. Nope. Oh, my game must be fucking with me. This is how my shit looks with ray tracing. It looks pretty dope. I'd say this looks pretty cool. But I just want to make like my own separate room though. Oh, fuck. Dude, this looks so cool. I forgot how sick that looks. It looks dope. Let's try to get this demon. Nah, not demon. Fuck that. Let's do this V2 shit, upgrading him. Netherite and another star. I need to beat another. I need to be another shit. This might be enough for a second beacon. I'm not even gonna lie. That might be enough. And I might have to test it out. Alright, that coffee's done. Coffee at 1 in the morning, chat. That's what I do. How much is it? 2 stacks and 39. Alright, we're gonna go to a creative world and check that out. See if that's enough. Create new world. Advanced. Flat world. Creative. Create anyways, what the fuck? 2 stacks and 39. Wow, this looks good. Yeah, this looks nice. Holy shit. block of iron. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna drop. And then the beacon. Are you kidding me? All right. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Peaceful. Survival. That is kind of annoying though. I don't know what's going on there. It might be. No, I don't know if it is. It might be enough. Okay, so 2 stacks and 39 is enough. Look at that. It is enough for a fully powered beacon. Yeah. Wow. 2 stacks and 39 is enough for another beacon. Sick. Okay. That's all I needed to know. 2 stacks and 39 is enough. Remember. It's perfect. There was a noticeable fucking delay, and I kind of do not like that. What's in the marketplace? Start my 30-day free trial? Again? Hold up, chat. Hold up. Start free trial, bitch. Come on, man. Wait. Unlock my shit. This is a marketplace pass. Purchase in progress. Oh, I got it. Nice. Alright, for the show. Start browsing. Shit, let's see what we got. Oh. Is there any just like more tools? I already have that. Mob fusion. Why? What the fuck? All? Is there any like texture packs or something? Santa's Mansion? Man, I got this shit for free and I feel fucking scammed. Realism. Oh, it's a world. Nice. Ultra Horror Texture Pack. World Utilities. Vein Lantern. I already have that. Furniture. Realistic biomes. This is an add-on? I already have that shit. Who cares? Bitch. Get banned, you fuck. The fuck is he talking about? Did I not start my free trial, bitch? I think I did. Alright, who cares? Fuck, man. Your love suicidal. Minimum suicidal. Suicidal. Minimum suicidal. Sipping on this innocent. Dude, I have to pee so fucking bad again for no reason. And I hate it so much. Enos. I love it. Minecraft. Minecraft. Headass. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this at all. It kind of does look like I have to kill another fucking wither, which is fine. You know, I don't want to do that, but I have to do that anyways. But that is okay. Because you will not get anywhere in life if you do not want to do the shit that you want to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Alright, we're good. Shout out FaZe Clan. Those are my dogs. Even though I have OTK in my title. We're playing both sides because I like OTK and FaZe Clan at the same time. Also AMP. Shout out AMP. They are very cool people. Shout out Bang Energy. I love Bang Energy. Alright, let's see how easy this is. Oh fuck. I made a mistake. This guy's a fucking meth head on Bedrock. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Oh, don't go in the water. My base is over there. When are you gonna go underground, bro? I need. Oh, are you about to do it? Alright. Oh my, what the fuck? He went under the water. Why did they do that, bro? That's actually the most annoying thing. They go fucking underwater, my game gets all laggy because of how much shit they fucking destroy. What the fuck? Where is this guy? Bro, I'm not about to go into the depths of fucking hell to fight this dude. But it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do. Jesus Christ. This guy has no chill. I'm about to die too. Fucking retard. Why the fuck would I do something like that? Only a dumbass like me would do that. Who would do that? Fucking realistically, bro. That's fucking stupid. Okay. Just go up there. That guy exploded fucking immediately. He didn't even tell me anything. He didn't sizzle, he didn't do nothing. Alright, pussy boy. Alright, pussy boy. Alright, he's humbling me real quick. Come here. Come here, you fuck. Come here. You stupid bitch. This guy's the worst. This he is the worst. He's the worst in Bedrock. He's the worst. He's the worst in Bedrock. He is the worst, bro. It's actually kind of crazy. He is the worst in Bedrock. He's the fucking worst, bro. This guy's a pain in the ass. Oh my god. Come here. Come on. Oh, you're fucked. You're donezo's here, boy. Bro, this guy's the worst. Face to face, pussy. Where are you? Come here. Come here. Come here, you fuck. Stop running away from me, dude. Oh, he's done. He's done. He's done. But dude, I hate the bedrock version of this fucking guy. Fuck, man. Alright. Cheers to another beacon. Fuck, man. Fucking hell, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. 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 Got that NMPLOL set up. Alright. Down. The fuck do I do? Bitch. Nice. Nice. Why aren't they working? Fuck. Nice. Alright. We're gonna have to go find another one. Another fucking wither. Dude, I have to go piss again. Fuck. Oh, 4 of y'all? Really? That's what we're doing? Come on. Oh, dude, this guy's pixel peeking. He's crazy. He's sidestepping, bro. This guy's wild. He's a way better fucking player than me. He's got better game share. Holy shit. Why am I tryharding on Minecraft? Where? W Berry. Expose yourself. Oh shit. This guy's busting down trees like he's Buck, bro. Damn, but this guy's he's faking everything. He's crazy. drilling down. He's drilling down. Please. Let me live, please. Please. Thank you. Alright, there he is. He's doing spins. He's max sense right now. He's fucking trick-shotting me. It's phase adept. Your sense is too low, buddy. It's on 10, not insane. He's fucking Iron Man. Oh my god, he just flew at me. Mark 17. Bitch. Missed. Pussy. Get better aim. Get better aim. I'm only pushing him away. Come here. Come here. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this, but... Fuck it. Okay. Okay. I'm playing dumb. I'm playing dumb. I'm playing really dumb right now. In the night, a bunch of mobs around me. 3.5 hearts, 4 hearts. Nice. Alright, he's just spamming right now. He's spamming. This guy's crazy. He said nope. He's tanking right now. He needs a mage. Alright, he shit on me. Hello. I made it back, bitch. You're just doing shit. You're just spamming. You're button spamming right now. You're button mashing. All right, you're spamming. I think he is. Trash, boy. Just shit talking a fucking wither. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, where is that? Nice. Alright, 2 nether stars. Cool. Damn, look at those. Beautiful. Now we have 2 nether stars. That is 1 beacon that I can make, and I don't even have netherite, which I should probably go find some. That's just dragon shit. Yeah, I don't got anything like that. Yeah, nothing. Alright. Cool. Cool beans, go beans. That is a bad sword, bro. Terrible sword. I need to make a new one. I will, in fact, do that after I go take a piss. Or a shit, actually. I'm going to fucking kill myself. Alright. There is a V2 Gladius, right? Divine. Or is it just V2 sword? It's just V2 swords. Alright. Dragon crossbow. Crossbows? Emerald V2. Where's the dragon one? Dragon Bow V2. We should see what that does. Okay, so how do you make it? You need netherite. I don't have fucking netherite. Looks like we're gonna have to go and get some goddamn netherite. God damn it. I don't got none of that shit. Alright, yo. I'm testing my audio. Alright. Let's go ahead and try to find some fucking netherite, god damn it. Hey, you Soapy. I got soft skin. Be your way too. Aside from the controversy, I actually do think Mary Poppins is a pretty good song. It's a pretty good song. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, I think that's 66. Fuck. Oh my god. I'm horny. Oh, oh my god. Dude, let's fucking go. How much? 3? Okay. So I could make a bunch of beds, but I don't know if I really want to make a bed. You heard what I was saying? I could make a bed. Nice. It's a lot of quartz. Nice. Cool. Eric Clapton. Oh, thank God. Nice. 5. More. Oh my God, this is amazing. I'm finding the gold mine. I might just make one upgradium because I do want to make another beacon. And it does sound like I'm digging a little bit more up. I don't want that. Nope. That's not good. Hey, you Soapy. I got Sasuke. Oh shit. Ooh. Oh fuck. Hey, you Soap. Fuck. Shit. Piss. Dick. Bitch. Okay. That freaked me out. Oh fuck. My FPS is dropping like crazy. Bitch. Oh my god, dude, the frames are so bad. Just give me the fucking netherite. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna make the ingredient. I don't give a fuck that much. I'm just gonna make one. I want to try out the bow. The bow might be overpowered. I've never seen any like footage of the bow. I've only seen footage of the V2 swords. That's all I've seen. So this is gonna be cool. Okay. Oh. Oh wow, my mouse is fucking up. That's fucking terrifying. What was the point of that? Lunges. Oh, perfect. Upgrading them. There it is. Is there V2? Lapis bow, netherite. Where's the dragon? The dragon. Okay. Bitch, I need diamonds? Are you fucking kidding me? Bitch, I thought there was someone in my fucking room. But I swerve in the corner. Whoa. Mm. Gang, I need string. I need to kill a fucking spider. Oh fuck, I dropped the water. Whoops. Okay. Just chill. String? Question mark string. Oh, it's a lot of lapis. String. More string. No string. No string. Alright, fine. Cool. I want to fucking kill myself. I need a fucking string, mate. Diamonds. Am I fucking stupid or some shit? I mean... Oh, this game is glitched like crazy. This game is severely fucking glitched. Holy shit. Thank God. Dude, this game is scuffed. Blanket Jackson. Nice. Bitch. Oh, fuck. Dude, I'm fucking hungry. Let's throw all this trash away, man. Gang, gang. Scratching my balls right now. Alright. It's 2:15. Diamond Bow V2? Nah, we're doing the Dragon Bow V2. This shit looks comp. Okay, yeah, let's not shoot that indoors. Bitch? The fuck? Giving me that shitty ass shit. That's more like it. I like that. Alright, let's go blow up a fucking school or something. Let's see. I have a fucking missile launcher. Hey, bitch, come here. Hey, chicken. Get fucked, bitch. It's a bit much. Oh, wow, that shit went to fucking Narnia. Wow. Oh, wow. That, okay. That's cool. Do I make another beacon, or do I fucking kill myself? Decisions, the fucking decisions. What do I do? I don't know what to do. I want this shit to look cooler, man. Okay. This looks cool. This looks really cool. What are we saying? Does this look cool? Does this look spiffy? I don't like the food place, so I'm not a fan of it. Hmm. A shuriken? Bird? Upgrade, you know, I need to make more Loki. Sorting stick? Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Bro, why do I look fucking racist? I look like I sling the N-word multiple times a day. Bitch, I do. I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna make a Dragon Sword V2. I would love to see how that works. Or Bedrock. I'm gonna do Bedrock. Bedrock Sword. Let's do that. Bedrock Sword. Yeah, I do not have Bedrock on me for some reason. What happened to my Bedrock? I just have none. Okay. Bitch. Mm. fuck do I not have bedrock? Crescendio, Dio. Enhanced textures. Let's see. Um, no. This is fucking awful. This is terrible. Wow, that is dog shit. Enhanced textures, my fucking asshole. That shit out here. Talking about enhanced textures. Enhanced forest? Dragon? No. Ultimate textures. Dated and grim look? Now is your chance. Yeah, kill yourself. Let's see. What this fuck? Oh. Oh. It's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of this. Nah. I love dick. I love it so much, baby girl. Yeah. Eh, let's see how this one looks. Flareful. Gonna be better than Faithful? Hmm? Is it gonna be better than Faithful? Nah. Yeah, this is way better. I need fucking bedrock. And I kind of hate that. I had bedrock on me. I guess I don't have it anymore. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Nice. Easy. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of calm. That's cool. I mean, that's cool. Smite? Only smite? Yeah, fucking suck my dick, bro. Sharpness 3. Nah. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's go test it out and see how it works. I got this down here. That's cool. That's dope. That's cool. I'm a fan of that. I fuck with that. Alright. You could just wait here and chill, you know? Nina Daddy is back. Sucking on his big old penis. Penis. Sucking on his big old penis. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why do Minecraft YouTubers do this? I need to know. Why do they do this? A perfect way to start Minecraft hardcore. Bitch, who the fuck? You ain't building that shit in one day? Let's click on it. Let's see. Let's see, let's see.
This is hardcore Minecraft. And that is a village. Well, that's a lucky spawn. We'll start by gathering some wood and making a pickaxe. Then I'm just gonna borrow some of this guy's house. I'm sure he won't mind. Craft stone tools. Goodbye. Aha, golem. So we can kill you and make a shield out of that. I'll grab this bed and help myself to bed food. My goal here is some kind of village mega base that can accommodate everything I'll need for a good start. But before
You're saying he did that at the start of his world? My perfect start to Minecraft, and he fucking has this. Today we start a new Minecraft world.
although I think I'll serve stone brick, I'll decorate this.
This guy's crazy.
Oh no, wait, that's
This guy's insane. Fuck, respect to him, man. He's just a better player than me. I can't even fucking hate. I can't even hate. I mean, shit. That's a massive problem. Alright, okay. He built that in one fucking day? Gang, what? This is my base, bro. And this took me, I just built over a regular ocean monument and I just put fucking white glass over it. And it became my base. It looks pretty cool, but nothing like his. I mean, fuck, dude, this guy had a whole castle and shit. That's dope. This is my shit though. It's nothing, not too crazy. It's some slight shit. Alright, well, I am gonna go grind low-key for another... I need more wither skeleton heads, because I do want to make another beacon. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with that. I should also get villagers. I haven't even really thought about that, but I should get villagers soon. Bitch. I might crash and fucking die, so I hope that doesn't happen. But the lag is insane. Shit. I have fallen inside of the lava. I might fucking die, yeah? I might fucking die. I fucking died. You bloody fucking little wanker. Fuck you, motherfucker. Piece of shit. This guy's just better. He's just better than me. He's just better than me? You love me, Papa, Papa Roxy. I built for 500 hours in creative mode. Alright. Come on, my brother. 500 fucking hours?
For the past 2 years, I've clocked over 2,300 hours on one massive Minecraft project, recreating the fantasy world from a book I wrote back in college. Every video, I built a new city, and I thought I'd done it all. But here's the problem. Land, cave, more land, sky, guess what, more land. We've totally ignored the ocean. But that ends now. Today, I'm building this world's version of Atlantis. We're making a city that's entirely underwater, but it's probably not what you're expecting. Atlantis has been done, and I want to make something original. We're going to be making an entire city that lives underneath a gigantic underwater dome. First things first, we got to build the dome. That size looks pretty good. But this isn't just any dome. This is a special dome called a transmutation dome. If you've ever watched Full Metal Alchemist, you're probably familiar with the term transmutation circle. Basically, it's a magic circle that changes one material to another. You can think of this dome as a 3D transmutation circle that turns salt water into breathable oxygen. This is really important for this area because this city is a part of the Lorden Isles, a country that's entirely populated by
What the fuck is he talking about?
advanced magical scientists called alchemists.
I don't know what he's
Alchemy
talking about
has
at all.
unique symbols. They have other modern meanings, but they originated as alchemical symbols for the elements. What I'm building right now is basically an alchemical periodic table. Okay, I don't think that this is all of them, but it'll have to do. Now that the designs are done, I'll stack them so that they're about 10 blocks deep. Then say
Those look like fucking Zodiac.
the designs as blueprints. Using a plugin called Axiom, I can align the blueprints so that they're parallel to the dome's curve and embed them into the structure. Just like that. Then I'll just get rid of the blocks that are sticking out and these don't look right. Looks like I'm gonna have to.
Anything new for Mr. Ballin? They stumbled into a death trap. Alright, fuck it. Let's watch this. Dude, I have to go piss again. I have a fucking drinker's bladder, bro. What is this? Alright, let me go ahead and check something. I'm gonna change it to just chatting. I'm also gonna save and quit Minecraft real quick. It is just Minecraft, you know, I'm gonna do nothing too crazy. Alright.
Today, I'm
They stumbled into a death trap, Mr. Ballin. Let's see.
going to share 3 stories about people who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. But before we get into those stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So if that's of interest to you, please offer the like button a nice high-end teeth whitening kit, but don't tell them you've secretly replaced the
I need one of them
whitener
bitches right there.
with red hair dye. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's stories.
The scenic route. There are just 3 stories in this. Cool. 3.
At 8:40 a.m. on July 7th, 1967, a 17-year-old girl named Nancy McEwen was driving along a highway in Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn
She was
Bridge.
on her way to her job as a secretary at her dad's office in Brooklyn, and she was coming from her home in Long Island, New York. Now, the commute to her office took about an hour, but Nancy didn't mind because her dad had just got her this beautiful brand new yellow Camaro.
Camaro? Dog, them shit looks pimp as fuck back then. Holy shit.
And she loved driving it. And the highway she was on had this amazing view of the beach and ocean down below. And so that day, Nancy rolled down her window so she could feel the ocean breeze as she drove, and then she took in a deep breath and she smiled. At the same time Nancy was doing this, a police lieutenant was driving in his car a couple cars back from Nancy, and as he was just driving along, he suddenly sees this yellow Camaro that to this point had been driving completely normally, suddenly veer off the road, miraculously missed the oncoming cars, and then smashed into a tree on the side of the road.
Word?
And so the police lieutenant instinctively jammed on his...
Oh, wait. That's like the Camaro that was used in the beginning, no? Of Transformers? Okay.
brakes and veered over to the shoulder and stopped behind the Camaro.
Am I
And
tripping?
as
Am
the
I retarded?
lieutenant got out of the car, he was thinking clearly the driver must have just had some kind of medical emergency because he didn't see any obstacles in the road, and the car, the Camaro, had been driving completely normally to that point. So like, what would cause them to veer and crash into the road at such a high speed other than a medical emergency? And so the lieutenant jumps out of the car, runs over to the driver's side window, and he looks inside and he sees this teenage girl, this blonde teenage girl, and she's slumped over the wheel, and she's not looking up at him, she's not making any sound, she's just sitting there. And so he opens up the door and he asks her, like, "Are you okay?" And she didn't say anything, but she did moan. And so she was breathing, she was alive, and there weren't any obvious physical injuries. Like, clearly she's just crashed into this tree at high speed, so she's definitely shaken up, but there weren't any obvious grievous injuries that have occurred here, at least none that he could see. And so he asked her again, like, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on here?" And she just continued to moan. And so again, considering he's looking at her and she seems, basically okay, all things considered, he thought, maybe she's drunk. I mean, that would kind of explain, the sudden veering off the road. And so at this point, the lieutenant radioed for backup and also called for an ambulance. And while he waited, he began searching the car, just basically looking to see if maybe there was some clue in the car as to what happened here. Like, for example, containers of alcohol. And so he's looking around and he doesn't see any empty bottles and he can't smell any alcohol in the car. But still, this whole time, the girl is not responding. She's just moaning and just kind of slumped over there. And then a couple of minutes later, he hears sirens and he looks up and a bunch of first responders came over. They pulled the girl out of the car, got her in the ambulance, and off to the hospital she went. Once Nancy got to the hospital, medical staff was able to determine that she was not drunk, but she did clearly appear to be having some kind of medical emergency, but they didn't know what it was. And again, there was no visible injuries on her. I mean, she just basically looked really shaken up and was non-responsive. And quickly, after Nancy was at the hospital, her condition only got worse, to the point where doctors were giving her shots of adrenaline to try to keep her alive. But it didn't work. And at 11:30 a.m., roughly 2.5 hours after Nancy crashed into the tree, she died.
Shot kills. Wait, what? Shot kills girl on Brooklyn Parkway. 17-year-old Garden City girl who was driving at shit. What? I can't read. Brooklyn. A 17-year-old Garden City girl who was driving to work at a summer job in her father's office was fatally wounded yesterday by a shot that police said was fired into morning rush hour traffic on the Belt Parkway. A fucking stray bullet killed her? But wouldn't they be able to notice that?
And it was only then, after Nancy was dead,
Police said they did not know if the shot fired from the direction of nearby Plum Beach. Oh fuck. But that doesn't even make sense because he was saying that they didn't even know what the medical condition was. So clearly they didn't know that she got shot. That doesn't make sense.
Dead, that the medical staff made a discovery, something they had totally missed when Nancy had first came in.
Spoke
And
too
that
soon.
was, on the back of her head, hidden amongst her hair, was a small circular hole.
How do you
It
miss
was
that?
a bullet wound, and for some reason, it didn't bleed at all. Clearly, Nancy did not just randomly veer off
So she got fucking sniped like Cat from Halo Reach. What the fuck?
the road and smash into a tree. No, she had been shot. About 30 minutes after this discovery was made, a detective named Albert Seidman was standing next to Nancy's crashed car on the side of the highway. Seidman had a reputation as being this totally no-nonsense detective who effectively
The detective? This guy looks like a fucking mob boss from the 40s.
would stop at nothing to try to solve a case. By this point, he'd already spoken to Nancy's parents, who obviously were devastated and very confused by their daughter's death. They said that, Nancy never got in trouble and
No
certainly
clues
didn't
in
have any
shooting.
enemies, and so it made no sense that somebody had just shot her as she was driving. And
It's a straight
Detective
bullet.
Seidman had to agree. This was not an average murder case. But regardless, he knew the best place to start this investigation was Nancy's car. The car was actually in pretty good shape. I mean, despite striking this tree at high speeds, the body of the car basically remained intact. And so Seidman began going inside the car and looking all around it, looking for bullet holes to see where this bullet came in and struck the driver. But he found none. Really, there was nothing in the car that gave any information away about what actually happened here. Also, adding to the mystery here is Seidman knew there had been that police lieutenant who just happened to be driving a few cars back from Nancy when she suddenly veered off the road and crashed. And he would say that he did not hear any gunshots, although admittedly he wasn't really listening for gunshots, but he said everything was normal and then the car just veered and crashed. He couldn't understand it. Detective Seidman had briefly considered that, maybe Nancy had been shot by somebody inside of her car. But because of the presence of that lieutenant, who immediately was on the scene and was basically looking at the car from the time it crashed all the way until the ambulance arrived, he said there was nobody else in the car and I did not witness anybody fleeing the scene. The whole situation was very bizarre. But Detective Seidman, thinking logically, thought, okay, well, we know she's been shot. So even though nobody knows how that happened, well, there has to be a shell casing somewhere for the round that struck her. And so for the rest of the day, Seidman and his team canvassed that whole highway all around that area looking for a shell casing.
Nah, I was about to say that would be hell. A fucking shell casing? Hell no, that's a big area, man. If he was smart, he would have picked up the shell casing. That's a tough
Really
job.
any clue that a gun had been fired in the vicinity, but they found nothing. By the end of the day, Detective Seidman was beginning to feel pretty disappointed about how the investigation was going so
It really could have been like a stray bullet from miles and miles away, or maybe like a mile away. People get hit in their rooms. Like bullets go through homes and go into someone's room and strike someone in the chest or something while they're sleeping. Like that shit's scary, bro. It fucking happens like a lot for some reason.
far.
People are just shooting. Stray bullets run into a home, kill somebody.
But he thought to himself, okay, well, I know I haven't found anything promising yet, but remember, she was shot not in some secluded area. She was shot on a major highway in Brooklyn, New York, a city of over 2.5 million people. I mean, someone somewhere must have seen or heard something. And so instead of continuing to look for a shell casing, Seidman abandoned that idea and decided to go find witnesses. Over the next 5 days, Detective Seidman and his team scoured Brooklyn and interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people, looking for anybody who had any information about this shooting. They also put out a public plea for information and were fielding tips that way. But at the end of those 5 days, despite the huge number of interviews, they really hadn't gotten anywhere. As Seidman began to feel his frustration rising, because once again, it just felt like they were hitting another dead end on this case, he told himself, they must have missed something. They've talked to a ton of people, but maybe they were too quick. Maybe they weren't asking the right questions. And so on July 12th, he gathered up his team and he circled some spots on a map of Brooklyn and said, look guys, we're gonna go back to these key areas that are sort of positioned in the best angles to have maybe heard or seen something with the shooting. And we're gonna ask some more questions and just see if maybe these people have something we didn't catch. In one of those circled areas, the police discovered a gas station that was owned by a guy named Theodore DeLisi, and it was located only 2 blocks away from where Nancy had been shot. And on the morning of July 12th, when the police officers rolled up to this gas station, Theodore was working and he saw the police coming towards him, and right away he knew this had to be about Nancy McEwen. So Theodore had been following this case really closely as it was developing for two reasons. One, Nancy had been shot really close to his gas station, so there's that proximity bias. And two, Theodore was actually friends with Nancy's father and had known Nancy growing up. And so this case really hit close to home. When the police walked inside the gas station, Theodore immediately asked them, "Are you here about Nancy?" And they would say yes.
Not even gonna lie, hearing this term gas station, oh my god, I'm thinking of a fucking nice cherry Slurpee, bro. That sounds so fire.
And that's when he would tell them his connection to Nancy and how he was following this case really closely. But despite his proximity to where she had been shot, he said unfortunately he hadn't seen or heard anything. But then Theodore quickly followed that up and said that, well, while he had been at the gas station in the morning for a little bit, he did take off at some point to go fishing out on the water in his.
Bro, that would be hell. Hell. So, she was on the Brooklyn Bridge or not on it? I kind of forgot, but if she was on it, that's one hell of a shot. I mean, fuck. That's one hell of a fucking shot. No cap. If she wasn't on the Brooklyn Bridge, shit. Is this the gas station down there? No, that doesn't look like it. It's probably more over here.
His boat, which was not too far away. But even from there too, he still said he didn't hear or see anything. But it was kind of noisy out on the water anyways, so, he really wouldn't have heard anything out there anyhow. The police nodded and asked some simple follow-up questions to Theodore about, take us through what happened that morning, what'd you see, were there other fishermen out there, when you were at the gas station, did you see anything unusual, just kind of seeing if there was anything that would jog his memory. And Theodore was answering every question as truthfully as he could, and at some point, he began to think really hard about what he actually saw when he was out on the water fishing, and suddenly, it all clicked. Theodore knew who killed Nancy. It would turn out at 8:40 a.m. on July 7th, the exact moment Nancy was shot, veered off the road and crashed, Theodore was in fact out in his boat fishing. Except,
okay, so it wasn't on the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, my bad. I forgot about that.
At 8:40 a.m., he wasn't actually fishing. Instead, he had a can, and he threw that can into the water. And once he saw the can, he kind of kept staring at it, and then he raised his rifle and he fired a shot at the can. But he missed, and the bullet, by some fluke of physics, ricocheted off the surface of the water, went up into the highway right as Nancy had rolled her window down, struck her in the head, and killed her.
That's just not. That's just unlucky, bro. Physics. What the fuck? It ricocheted off of the can.
Theodore knew he had been shooting his gun out on the water.
Bro, that must suck for him. That must suck for him. He, literally, unwillingly, and didn't even mean to fucking kill somebody. He literally killed someone on accident.
But what he saw was the bullet hit the water. He didn't think for a second he could have fired up towards the highway. It was when police began asking questions that he thought, oh my goodness, it is possible. A ricochet could have struck her in the head. Theodore was charged with homicide.
Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked.
But ultimately, a grand jury chose not to indict him, citing that this truly was an accident.
Yeah,
Theodore did not serve any jail time, but he was fined $100 for firing a rifle within city limits.
Okay, maybe they should have fined him a little more. I'll be honest, because it did end up fucking killing someone, but that is like 37,000 years ago, so that makes sense. Is this the ad read?
Hey guys, did you know you can get your Strange Dog List Texas? So, if you missed
hey, shout out Mr. Baldwin. Go check his shit out on Amazon Music. I've actually listened to his podcast. Really good. Just like the Mr. Baldwin videos, just without a video. And it's good for drives, for when you're playing a game, whatever. Go ahead and check your shit out, bro. I love Mr. Bowen.
To today's stories.
To save his soul. Story number 2.
On the evening of September 17th, 2021, a 42-year-old preacher named Jason Thornburg was cleaning up his motel room in Euless, Texas.
Bro, these motels scare me. I've stayed in a motel like this, and it was not good vibes at all, man. Not good vibes.
Which is a small city between Dallas and Fort Worth. Jason was going to be hosting a small Bible study group in his motel room in a few minutes, and even though really it was not that dirty, he was really taking time to ensure it was as clean and inviting as he could possibly make it. So normally, Jason would host these Bible study groups at his house, but unfortunately, Jason's house burned down just that past summer, and he lost everything. But Jason was so committed to God and spreading the word of God that he still wanted to continue having these Bible study groups, even if it meant, doing it in this kind of crummy motel room. And so Jason walked around the room, picking up laundry and straightening up his bed. And then after kind of arranging chairs in a circle for the various participants he was expecting, he went over to a cabinet, pulled out some Bibles, and right as he was about to start placing these Bibles on each chair, he heard a knock at the door. And Jason was really excited because he knew that had to be someone who was here for this Bible study. And so he walked right over, Bibles in hand, to the door. He opened it up, and standing outside the door was this big guy covered in tattoos, kind of looking down at Jason. And Jason broke into a big smile. He was so happy to see this guy. The man's name was David Luaris, and Jason had previously met him
Fucking Joe Rogan.
when he was out on the street doing outreach for his church, and he had invited David to, anytime he wanted to come by the motel and be a part of this Bible study group. Now, Jason knew that David was really not the kind of guy who went to church or really showed any real interest in God or, the Bible, but, Jason took all kinds, and he was just hopeful that maybe David would show up someday. And now, here David was. However, David told Jason that the reason he was here was actually not for the Bible study group. He was here because he was in the middle of a crisis and he didn't know where else to turn. He confessed to Jason that he had begun using drugs and gotten mixed up in some criminal activity, and there's some dangerous people out there that he was sort of running with, and now his concern was some of those dangerous people were coming to get him. And so he literally felt like his life was in danger. Now, when Jason heard this, he was surprised. But at the same time, he could tell that David was being very authentic and just needed help. And Jason felt like, his job ultimately was to serve God and all of God's people. And David was one of those people, and he was in need of help. And so if all Jason did was simply provided safe haven for David inside of this motel room, then that was serving God, and it was the right thing to do. And so Jason immediately said, "No problem, David." He handed him a Bible and said, "Come on in." David took the Bible awkwardly and just kind of stood there for a moment, not really sure what to do. But then Jason said, "Hey, relax, just come inside, take a seat." And so David did. He walked in, he sat down with the Bible, and then Jason actually came over and sat down next to him, and the two of them, for about 15 minutes, just made kind of awkward small talk. Jason could tell, David is completely on edge. He was staring at the door, which was now closed, and he just clearly was very anxious and paranoid, and so Jason really wasn't talking about the Bible or God or anything. He was just, trying to calm David down and show him that this was a safe place. And then after about 15 minutes of this, when David had somewhat calmed down, and also by this point, nobody else had showed up for this Bible study group, Jason decided, okay, you know what, maybe I'll just begin the Bible study with David. It kind of gives us something to do. And so Jason got up, he locked the door, showing David that it's just going to be them, it's safe here. And he told David to go ahead and open his Bible to a certain page, and then the two of them just began reading the Bible together. And for hours, they just sat there reading the Bible, and Jason spoke to David about, teachings of God and how to lead your life in a way to serve other people. And, for the most part, David did completely calm down and seemed to really be embracing this Bible study. But eventually, despite how well this Bible study was going, it did need to come to an end at some point, at least in Jason's mind. When he began to notice it was getting dark outside, he sort of began wrapping it up, and he shut his Bible and sort of expected that David would take a hint and leave, but David didn't. Instead, when David began to realize that, hey, this is over now and it's time for you to go, David looked at Jason and begged him to please let him stay in this room overnight, that he can't go out there, it's not safe for him. Now, Jason knew he did have some level of responsibility for David. I mean, David had told him he was in danger, he had already invited him inside and was basically providing safe haven for him, and it did feel kind of wrong to be like, now go back out there, but at the same time, Jason felt a little uneasy. I mean, he didn't really know David, he didn't really understand the situation, and so there was some hesitation at first, but after looking again at David and seeing how desperate he was to just please stay here overnight, Jason said, okay, you can stay. So Jason grabbed
Is that a mistake of many?
some extra blankets and pillows and created a makeshift bed on the floor. And then after that, the two of them actually reopened their Bibles and just began reading some more from the Bible for a couple more hours, basically another round of Bible study. But eventually, they both were very tired, so they put their Bibles down, they said goodnight, they each climbed into their beds, and they closed their eyes and fell asleep. For the next 5 days, Jason's motel room remained mostly closed.
Oh God.
And the only thing anybody heard coming from his room was gospel music. And it was being played at a very high volume, basically the entire time, to the point where other residents of this motel began to complain about how loud the music was. However, the owner of the motel was getting these complaints from residents who were only there for, hours at a time or days at a time. And, the room they're complaining about, Jason's room, he was a long-term resident and so had a sort of higher priority with the owner. And so the owner just didn't feel like bothering Jason. He wanted him to stay and keep paying for that room. So the owner didn't do anything about the noise complaints. And also, the owner did know that his motel had sort of a seedy reputation, and so, generally speaking, he didn't really care too much about the music to begin with. And so over the course of these 5 days, the music kept on blasting, and really the only other thing of note, again, that happened in this period of time, was that these two other people entered Jason's motel room and didn't leave either. So basically,
That made me so uneasy. Someone else in my room. Dude, that made me so fucking uneasy for some
there's
reason.
4 people in the room, they haven't come out again, super loud music, that's all going on for 5 days. And then on the 5th day, the morning of September 22nd, a single person walked out of Jason's motel room, and they were wearing a full-body hazmat suit and carrying some sort of luggage.
I don't think it was a good idea to watch this at 3 in the morning. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. I'm so uneasy right now. I'm clutching my ass, my fucking toes. I'm scared.
And they would leave the motel, get in a car, and drive away. 45 minutes later, about 25 miles away from that motel, the Fort Worth Fire Department got a call about this raging dumpster fire in a residential neighborhood. Firefighters quickly got to the scene and put out the blaze, and after it was gone, they walked up to the smoky dumpster and looked inside just to get a look at what was burning, and what they saw caused them all to back up and call the police. It would turn out David was right when he said he was in danger. However, what he didn't understand is hiding out in Jason's motel room was not going to protect him from that danger. Shortly after he and Jason wrapped up that second Bible study that night, and the two of them climbed into their respective beds,
He basically put Jason in danger unintentionally. They might have found his car. They're like, alright, this is where he is, or tracked him or something. This wasn't 2021, so tracking could have been a thing, air tags on his car or something. I mean, that sucks, man. Jason was trying to be a nice guy, and I'm gonna fucking assume that he got killed.
Jason in his actual bed and David in the makeshift bed on the floor. Well, David did fall asleep pretty quickly, but Jason didn't. Jason waited until David was asleep, and then Jason got up, got a knife, and then slit David's throat.
That took a completely different fucking turn than I thought. What?
Then he cut David's heart out and ate it. Because Jason the preacher really actually believed that human sacrifice was the best and purest way to serve God. Over the course of the next 5 days after killing David, Jason would remain in his motel room blasting gospel music, and over those 5 days, he would basically lure those 2 women into his room, very likely on the promise of
Well, that girl on the right scares me.
Bible study, but they too would be sacrificed. And then on the 5th day, The person who exited the motel room in the full hazmat suit was Jason, and that luggage he was carrying with him contained the body parts of the 3 people he had just killed.
No, that took a completely different turn than I thought. I thought Jason was killed. Somebody walked into the room, fucking killed them all. Like somebody that was having beef with David or something. Turns out this guy Jason was a fucking cannibal.
And he brought those body parts to that dumpster in that residential neighborhood and lit them on fire. And so when the firefighters put out the fire, what they saw inside were burned up bodies. Jason was arrested, and while he was awaiting trial, he confessed that David and the 2 women were not actually his first victims. He said that just a few years earlier, he had sacrificed his girlfriend, and that house fire that destroyed all of his belongings and prompted him to go live in this motel was set by Jason himself, because he had sacrificed his roommate and needed to get rid of the evidence. Ultimately, law enforcement was only able to show that Jason killed those 5 people. But there could have been more. Jason was found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to death. He is currently on death row in Texas.
Death row. Look at him, bro. He has a Batman signal on his fucking mouth. What a mustache. Calling all Autobots. The home gym. The home gym. This is the last story.
On the evening of Thursday, May 21st, 2015, a 16-year-old girl named Lily walked into the home gym inside of her house in Hong Kong looking to do a workout. Now, she sort of expected the gym would be empty and she could kind of have the run of the place, but as soon as she walked in, she saw her dad was in there and he was doing some sort of cool down exercise on a yoga ball. So Lily's dad, whose name was Ka Kim Sun, was a doctor and a professional, and normally at this time of the day, she would never see him in the gym. He was typically locked upstairs in his study, or upstairs doing work or something, or he was just gone for the day. So for him to be here, it just didn't really line up with his schedule. And so Lily asked her dad, like, what are you doing here? What's going on? And her dad would tell her, well, actually, work at the hospital was really slow today, so I took off, I played some tennis with friends, and now I'm just doing some cool down exercises because I got nothing else to do. But I'll be out of your hair in a second. And sure enough, a couple minutes later, her dad was up and out of the gym, and Lily just began her workout. The next day, May 22nd, around 1 o'clock, Lily was at home at her dining room table, sitting across from her mother, whose name was Wang Xiu Fing, and Lily was eating a snack and staring at an open textbook. Now, normally at 1 o'clock on a Friday, Lily would be at school, but she had the day off that day. And she had wanted to spend her day off seeing friends and just being a teenager, but her dad was really focused on her being successful academically, and he told her that absolutely not. You're not going anywhere. You are going to stay home and you are going to study all day long. You will not leave the house. That's what you're doing. So Lily just continued to stare at the textbook and basically
That's fucking torture, bro. Oh my god.
do what her father said. And then a couple of minutes later, she actually heard her dad coming down the stairs, and he came into the dining room, and he was clearly very pleased to see his daughter doing her work, or at least appearing to do her work. And he came over to her, gave her a kiss, he kissed their mother, and then he said he was off to work. And then he went out the door, and he was gone. And as soon as Carl was gone, Lily's mom looked over at her and said, I'm not gonna make you study all day. Come on, let's go out and have a mother-daughter shopping day. And Lily was stoked. She shut her textbook, she went and got
Shout out moms, man. Once the dad leaves, bro, they make sure you're having fun. Holy shit.
ready, and then a minute later, she and her mom climbed into her mom's yellow Mini Cooper car, and they headed out. About 2 hours later, around 4:15 p.m., a local jogger was running in the same neighborhood as where Lily and her family lived, and as they were running down the road, they noticed there was this yellow Mini Cooper car sitting on the side of the road, not moving, but it was still on. It was just sort of idling right there. And at first glance, it appeared there were people inside the car, but they weren't doing anything. They were just sitting there, not moving. And so the jogger was curious, and so they ran past and made a point to look inside the car, and they saw 2 women in the front 2 seats of this car slumped over. The 2 women were Lily and her mother. And so the jogger began to panic and banged on the glass to try to get the women to respond, but they didn't. And so a minute later, police were called. They dragged Lily and her mother out of the car. They were totally unresponsive. They were rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. They both died. The police would begin their investigation into their deaths by searching the yellow Mini Cooper car. And when they searched it, there really was nothing of note inside of it. I mean, the 2 women's purses were in the front of the car, there was some basic exercise equipment in the trunk, but The car was pristine, clean, not cluttered. I mean, there really was nothing in the car that gave away what could have happened to these two women. For the next 6 months, the police tirelessly looked for some lead as to what happened to this mother and daughter. They would interview all their friends and family. They would search their house top to bottom. They would basically take apart this Mini Cooper and look for, defects or flaws that maybe could have contributed to their death. I mean, they were looking everywhere, but it just didn't make sense. Nobody had any idea what happened to these two women. And so right as this case appeared like it was about to go cold, the detectives decided to just go back to the Mini Cooper and see if maybe, just maybe, they missed something.
That's how it always goes. Like, they check the first spot that they check it, nothing really happens. And then they go, do all their stuff, they investigate other things, and then they think, let's go back to the first thing we checked. And then all of a sudden, there's shit in there. Like, out of nowhere, they just find something. And it solves the fucking investigation, or like the puzzle or something,
And sure enough, they had. It would turn out on May 22nd, 2015, the day that Lily and her mother died, Lily's father had told Lily to stay home and study, not because he cared about her academics. I mean, he did, but that day, the reason for this was not for that. Instead, he wanted her to stay home all day to protect her. When police...
Oh. He was involved with something. Involved with... Or he planned on killing his wife. Game's game. I think I found it out. He planned on killing his wife. And he saw that his daughter was with his wife. So he killed them both. So she won't like snitch or something. I think I found it out.
Originally searched Lily's mom's car, they found the two women's purses and also some basic exercise equipment in the trunk, specifically a deflated yoga ball. And at the time, the police didn't think anything of these items. They looked into them, they considered them, but they didn't seem to have any bearing on what happened to them.
The yoga ball was filled with a poisonous gas. I'm just gonna say.
The women. However, it would turn out the yoga ball did have something to do with it. Specifically, 2 days before the women were found dead, that yoga ball was inside of Lily's home. It was in her home gym. In fact, when she walked into the home gym and saw her dad doing cool-down exercises and thought it was strange he was home right now, he was using that yoga ball. And Lily didn't think anything of it. But in reality, what her father was doing was not cool-down
Bro, he looks involved.
exercises.
He looks affiliated.
He had not just come home early and, had played tennis and this and that. In reality, he had taken that yoga ball to the hospital where he worked and filled it with carbon monoxide.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. And he planned on killing his wife. And he accidentally killed his daughter too.
An odorless, colorless, poisonous gas. And his
I'm good with it, bro. I knew it. I knew it, bro. I knew it.
Plan was to put the yoga ball in his wife's car, unplug it,
and kill her.
Now it's sealed and the gas is going to leak inside the car. And then when his wife got in the car and shut the door,
she'll die.
She would effectively suffocate and die. He didn't try to kill his daughter, though. He wanted her to stay home and study, i.e., don't go with your mom and get in the car. But the mother defied the father, brought the daughter along, and then after driving for only a mile, the two women collapsed and died. Ka Kim's son was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. He has never explained his motive.
That's fucked. It's like already fucked that he wants to kill his wife, and it's more fucked that he accidentally killed his daughter too. He tried to like protect her, I guess, and she fucking died. What an asshole. I mean, shit, bro. Good vid, good watch.
In case you haven't heard yet,
Good watch. Pre-order his book, the Strange, Dark, and Mysterious book, whatever, I think. His graphic novel, yeah, go ahead and pre-order that shit. I love Mr. Bellman. Shout out to him. Alright, let's go ahead and watch another video on the morbid mind of cannibal Jeffrey Dahmer. Call me Chris. I don't know. Let me go ahead and stop the recording. I was recording that. Alright, I'm gonna go take a piss. evening, you fucks. You goddamn son of a bitches. Son of a bitch. Motherfuckers. Alright. What is the next vid? What are we gonna watch? Kendall Ray? Nursing student killed by fellow peer? Word? Let's watch a goddamn motherfucker. Let's check the YouTube recommended. God, so much NMP LOL. Stop with that. That looks like Maya. What the fuck? The Bizarre Story of Tatsuya Ichihashi? The Bizarre Story of that one guy from...
Today, we're covering the case of Tatsuya Ichihashi,
That guy.
a case known for its uniquely bizarre and disturbing details. When 22-year-old Lindsay Hawker traveled to Tokyo to teach English, it was supposed to be the start of an amazing adventure. Instead, it would turn into something so unimaginably horrific, it would become the subject of a best-selling memoir and later a movie. As for Lindsay's killer, his desperate attempts to avoid identification were so gruesome, they'd earn him a near cult hero status. So prepare yourselves. This is the disturbing story of Tatsuya Ichihashi. Before we start, we would like to send our heartfelt sympathies to the loved ones of Lindsay Ann Hawker, whose life was ended in such a savage and senseless way. This story takes us to Tokyo, Japan.
Fucker. Why do people like fantasize or worship killers? Like people in America, like psychotic people, they worship the kids that did Columbine, which was like one of the worst school shootings. It sort of made everybody realize like, oh shit, you know, this could happen. Shadow X-Men.
A megacity of 35 million inhabitants, famous for both the ultra-modern and the traditional. Home to anime, manga, electronic megastores, and more Michelin stars than London and Paris combined. Tokyo is a 24-hour metropolis that combines millennia-old traditions with futuristic technology. Neon-lit skyscrapers sit side by side to historic temples. It was to the Edogawa ward of Tokyo that 22-year-old Lindsay Hawker arrived in October 2007, ready to start her new job at the Tokyo branch of Nova, Japan's largest private English school. Lindsay was from a town near Coventry in Warwickshire, England, where she had grown up in a close-knit family with parents Bill and Julia and two sisters. Lindsay was known for her boundless enthusiasm for life. She was also bright and ambitious, graduating with a first-class honors degree in biology from the University of Leeds in the summer of 2007. After years of studying, Lindsay was ready for a change and made plans for a world trip with her boyfriend of 4 years, Ryan Garside. Lindsay would set off first, heading to Tokyo, where she would teach English before her boyfriend would join her the following summer. Lindsay adapted fast to life on the other side of the globe. She made solid friends with her two roommates, with whom she shared an apartment. Her employers at Nova said she put every effort into her new role. She communicated daily with her friends and family about life in Tokyo. In one email to her sisters, she described how the city of Tokyo felt safe and secure, safer, in fact, than Britain. They were words that would later haunt her family. On the morning of March 25th, she packed her tote bag with her teaching materials and said goodbye to her roommates and left the apartment on her bike. she would never return again. On March 26, 2007 at 2:30 p.m., Lindsay's father received a call from a staff member at the Nova Language School. Lindsay had failed to turn up for her classes for 2 days in a row. Her roommates had already tried to contact police when Lindsay had failed to return home from work the previous evening, but the message had not been conveyed to the proper authorities within the department. Lindsay's family were distraught. Her father booked a flight to Tokyo for himself and Lindsay's boyfriend, Ryan. At Lindsay's apartment, officers tried to piece together Lindsay's last movements. Both her roommates and her boyfriend, Ryan, had vital information to share, and all of it created a clear and chilling picture. 6 days earlier, on March 20th, Lindsay had been traveling home on the train after drinks at a bar called Hippy Dippy Doo when a strange man approached her. He was several years older than her and claimed to be one of her students in her class. But Lindsay knew all of her students, and he was not one of them. Lindsay had politely excused herself and exited the train at her station. She had almost arrived home on her bike when she suddenly spotted the man right behind her, jogging fast.
Bruh.
He had tailed her all the way from the station and now pitched up on her doorstep. He asked again if she recognized him.
That's fucking
Now,
creepy, dude.
a little frightened, Lindsay repeated that she didn't. This time, he explained that he wanted to go abroad to study and was desperate for an English tutor. He then asked her for a glass of water. Thinking he was simply enthusiastic and maybe a little eccentric, Lindsay invited him into her apartment where her roommates were both home.
Bad move, man.
Inside, he sketched a picture of Lindsay and signed it with his name, Tatsuya Ichihashi, a phone number, and an email address. Officers now searched Lindsay's room where they located the sketch the man had given her. Lindsay, her roommates said, had agreed to meet the man in a cafe for an English lesson. They had warned her against it, but Lindsay could see no harm in it, and on March the 20th,
Man, if your roommates or family members are warning you about something, don't go, bro. Don't go. If they're telling you, I suggest you don't do this, what if he does something to you? Just don't go. Play it safe. Just play it safe, bro.
20th had set off to meet him at the Duotour Cafe. It was the last time they'd see her. Lindsay's last Facebook message was written on March 20th and had said, "Love you lots. Don't worry about the guy who chased me home. It's just crazy Japan. Miss you." Meanwhile, police had pulled grainy surveillance footage from the morning of the 25th of March 2007 at the Duotour Cafe near the station in East Tokyo. The footage captured Lindsay and the mysterious man named Ichihashi ordering drinks at the counter. Lindsay appears to feel awkward, repeatedly pushing her hair aside. The pair sit together at a table for 50 minutes while Lindsay gives him a language lesson. When it's time to leave,
That does seem kinda
Ichihashi
awkward, though.
makes exaggerated gestures of searching and failing to find his money. At 10 a.m., the pair get up and leave and are seen getting into a taxi together. By 5:20 p.m. on the evening of March 26th, 2 officers had located and arrived at Tatsuya's apartment in Ichikawa. The man who Lindsay had just gotten into a taxi with had, in fact, been watching her for months. 28-year-old Tatsuya Ichihashi lived alone in a 3-bedroom apartment bought for him by his parents in the Chiba Prefecture, a suburban town east of Tokyo. The son of 2 wealthy professionals, his mother was a dentist and his father a brain surgeon, Tatsuya hadn't inherited either his parents' ambition or academic ability. Under his parents' duress, he attended Chiba University and graduated with a major in horticulture in 2005. But he had never worked in the field of horticulture and had spent the past 2 years living off of his parents' monthly allowance.
Bruh.
Tatsuya found himself a girlfriend during his time at college, but those who knew him described him as a loner, someone known in Japanese culture as a hikikomori, or someone who suffers extreme degrees of social isolation. He was obsessed with violent manga and for several years had been displaying some troubling behavior. 2 years earlier, he had assaulted a woman on a street while attempting to rob her. The woman had settled out of court with Tatsuya's parents. While at university, Tatsuya had been given a formal warning for stalking a woman. Oddly, his girlfriend later described their relationship as stable and serious. She would visit him several times during his early years in prison. She said Tatsuya was obsessed with physical fitness and would spend hours each day working out at the gym and regularly cycling 15 miles a day. By 2007, however, there were signs that Tatsuya's mental health was deteriorating. He reportedly told acquaintances that he felt he was becoming unstable, but it's not clear whether anyone urged him to seek help. Instead, it seems, he developed a fixation with a random stranger, the young British English language teacher Lindsay Hawker. According to police, Tatsuya had stalked Lindsay Hawker for several months before working up the courage to approach her on the train.
Bro, how do people get so fucking creepy, bro? Like, how are you that bored and that much of a fucking loser to start stalking someone? Like, do you not have any self-realization about what the fuck you're doing? Like, come on, bro. How are you that creepy?
He spotted the logo for the English language school on her tote bag and used it as an excuse to connect with her. He now used the excuse of having no money to lure her to his apartment in Ichikawa. It was a 5-minute drive away. Once outside, Lindsay asked the taxi driver to wait for her while she went in to collect the money. 7 minutes passed with no signs of Lindsay, and the taxi driver drove away. He was the last person, other than her killer, to see her alive.
That was the taxi driver?
Once at Tatsuya's apartment, police waited outside for him to exit. They were not permitted by Japanese law to knock without proper cause. Knowing his previous allegations of stalking and robbery, they had called for backup. By 8 p.m., 9 officers had assembled on both the ground floor and outside of his 4th-floor apartment. 2 hours after the last officers arrived, Tatsuya burst out of his apartment and headed down the building's fire escape. He was barefoot and carrying a rucksack. With several officers close behind him, Tatsuya evaded them by vaulting the last stairway to the ground and sprinting into the street. He was spotted once more by police officers, but once again evaded them by zigzagging through the street.
But how do people just see someone like this and not think anything of it, bro? I mean, this guy literally looks fucking crazy.
It was the closest they would get to catching him for more than 2 years. As for the location of Lindsay, on the other hand, that would happen much sooner.
2 years?
On Tatsuya's balcony, police noticed a bathtub had been freshly filled with a mix of sand and compost. A potted plant stood next to the bath, as though he had left before having a chance to plant it. And Tatsuya had not quite finished compost.
Why do all of these
a potted plant stood
scary?
next to the bath, as though...
Is this the same person? Oh my god, that just sounds racist as fuck, but that's a genuine question. This looks fucking terrifying.
Though he had left before having a chance to plant it, and Tatsuya had not quite finished his task. A small white hand protruded from the mixture in the bathtub. Neighbors would later say they heard a heavy scraping sound the evening before, undoubtedly the sound of Tatsuya dragging his bathtub onto the balcony of his apartment. Police uncovered Lindsay's naked body from inside the bathtub. She had been gagged with a scarf, and her feet and hands had been bound with gardening ties. Bruising across her upper body suggested she had endured a savage and prolonged attack. Both Lindsay and Tatsuya had been trained in martial arts. Lindsay had fought off her attacker bravely, but she was no match for Tatsuya.
Where does this guy get this fucking stock footage at? Check this guy's search history.
In strength. Egg-sized bruises on the left side of her face suggested that she had been struck repeatedly with a fist, while lesser marks on her upper body were likely the result of collisions with furniture. She had been raped and strangled so violently that the cartilage in her neck was broken. Her head had been shaved and her hair placed in a plastic bag. Her belongings were found strewn about the room. At 3 a.m. on March 27th, Lindsay's parents received the call no parent ever wants to receive. A body had been found. The trip they had booked to search for their daughter now became a journey to identify her remains. Her father, Bill, said that when he saw her, "I knew it was Lindsay because she was so tall and because she was my daughter, but she was so badly beaten. My life, my soul, just fell from beneath me." Wanted posters containing images of Tatsuya now flooded Tokyo. Soon, 30,000
This guy just looks creepy as fuck. Oh my god.
posters had been distributed nationwide. Some showed chilling pictures of Tatsuya in possible disguises, including the killer disguised as a woman. His images were broadcast across national and international.
This is like some analog horror type fucking
Chilling pictures of Tatsuya in possible disguises, including the killer disguised as a woman. His images were broadcast across national and international news channels.
Mandela
Sightings
dialogue,
of Tatsuya
the
came
Mandela
pouring
shit
in from
catalog.
all over Japan. Multiple
Wait, what?
sightings were broadcast across national and international news channels. Sightings of Tatsuya came pouring in from all over Japan. Multiple sightings placed him in Kabuki-cho, a red light district of Tokyo. Police investigated every lead, but he could not be located. Soon, there were rumors that he'd escaped the country or quietly killed himself. Days turned into weeks, and then months. By October 2008, 140 officers had been assigned to the investigation, but despite 8,000 reported sightings and widespread media coverage, police were no closer to finding Tatsuya. By the end of the year, the investigation was stalling. The desperate Hawker family launched a website appealing for information on Tatsuya Ichihashi's whereabouts. Tatsuya's parents, who had remained silent, now came under wrongful suspicion from the public. In response, his mother called a daytime television program and urged her son to give himself up. "It's Mom, Tatsuya," she said in an audio message. "Dad and Mom have decided to speak about our feelings, although we know you won't like this," she said before telling him to contact the police. Later, the couple appeared on television to apologize for their son's crime. In the lead up to the second anniversary, police printed out life-size cardboard cutouts of Tatsuya to try to raise awareness among the public. The Hawkers returned to Tokyo to plead for information on their daughter's killer. Police increased the reward for information leading to his arrest from 1 million yen to 10 million yen, or the equivalent of about $121,000.
Only? For fucking killing someone? Are you shitting me?
Meanwhile, a far sicker interest in the fugitive had been blossoming. Online fan clubs had begun popping up all over the internet, glorifying Tatsuya as an outlaw and a fugitive hero.
A fugitive hero. These people are so fucking stupid. Oh my god, it's so cringy, bro. Like, these people are so fucking dumb. It's so cringe.
He became known as Japan's most handsome criminal.
Japan's most handsome criminal. Yeah, not with that fucking... Yeah. Sure, bro. Most handsome criminal. What the fuck, bro? People are so fucking cringe. Oh my god.
Nicknamed the fugitive sullen prince and Lord Ichi, and
I'm convinced that these people actually have no soul and are fucking stupid and deserve to be spanked in the ass with a fucking spiky belt, bro.
even gaining popularity with young males.
So cringe.
Blogs and support groups opened up, dedicated
It's so cringe. It's so fucking cringe. It's so cringe.
to the murderer. What no one knew, of course, was that the appearance of the man police had been hunting had changed quite significantly in the 2 years since they printed his face on wanted posters across Japan. According to an account he later published in a best-selling memoir, Tatsuya had initially wandered around Tokyo with no money or credit cards and no passport that would enable him to leave the country. He hid out among the tramps in the Flophouse district of the Ibukari prefecture northwest of Tokyo. It was only when he saw his face plastered across wanted posters that he realized
Most handsome. Oh my fuck.
the scale of the manhunt. He took to living his life as a fugitive, covering his face beneath a hat, wearing glasses, avoiding surveillance cameras, and constantly staying on the move. He didn't contact a single friend or family member. But as the nationwide manhunt gained momentum, he turned to more drastic attempts to disguise his identity. He needed to change
My fucking god. Get that shit out
his
of here, man.
appearance, he realized, and took on that task himself. Using a box cutter, he sliced the moles off of his left cheek, markings that had struck him as particularly prominent in his wanted pictures. He then cut off part of his lower lip with scissors in an effort to make them thinner. His first attempt failed when he was unable to push through the excruciating pain. But he did finish the job a few days later in a public bathroom. He then bound up his nose with a thread and needle to make it narrower. While his face healed, he wore multiple surgical masks. Traveling by train and bus, Tatsuya headed south, where he embarked on a pilgrimage of temples in the southwestern island of Shikoku. He wanted to atone for the killing, and when visiting shrines, he would pray for Hawker to come back to life, an idea he got from a novel in which the dead are resurrected after someone who is thinking of them tours those same temples. His paranoia over being recognized consumed him, driving him to seek out further changes to his appearance, this time with the help of a plastic surgeon, though for that he would need money. Using the name and address of a dead man called Kosuke Inoue, Tatsuya took a
In a way.
job at a construction company in Osaka, where he worked for the next 13 months, saving about 1 million yen. He spent most of the money on 2 cosmetic surgery operations, one to acquire
He does look different. But fair play. I don't
a
know.
longer and narrower nose, and the second to raise the bridge of his nose. He gave false names and addresses at the clinics and failed to return for any follow-up appointments. Colleagues later said he rarely mixed with them, spending most of his time reading comics and watching videos in his room at the company's dormitory. He never removed his red cap or black-rimmed glasses in public. When he was persuaded to join the company bowling trip in April, he hid behind a colleague in a group photograph.
I assume.
We gossiped that he was an odd guy, but I never thought he was the suspect, a former colleague told the Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper. It occurs to me now that he was saving the money for cosmetic surgery. In the end, the attempts to obscure his identity were his undoing. Tatsuya visited a clinic in the southwestern city of Fukuoka in mid-October
If you saw that blue pixel, that's from the video.
with a request to change the shape of his mouth. On October 24th, he visited a clinic in Nagoya where he had his nose uplifted. But staff at the clinic were intrigued by the strange scars on his left cheek where he had removed his moles. They reported his visit to police and submitted multiple pictures of the man who had visited their clinic. Police identified the man as Tatsuya.
Oh my fucking god.
On the 4th of November 2009, police released the images to the press, disclosing that he had
Dude, that
undergone
is so
plastic
creepy.
surgery.
That makes me
His
so
new
uneasy.
image
Oh my
was
God.
soon
It's
splashed
so
all
uneasy.
over the Japanese news.
I hate that shit.
These images showed a very different Tatsuya Ichihashi surgery.
He does look different. He does look fucking different. He for sure does. He looks way different. Mike just went limp. It's going limp. Okay. Anyway.
His new image was soon splashed all over the Japanese news. These images showed a very different Tatsuya Ichihashi. He was minus the 2 prominent moles on his left cheek. He had a thinner bottom lip, a higher bridge to his nose, and a double fold to his eyelids. Tatsuya wrote in his memoir that he froze when he saw the news on TV with his image. "My heart raced," he wrote. "I gazed at it trembling." He immediately got a haircut and bought a party disguise set, including a beard, sideburns, and mustache.
Yeah,
I
this guy
gazed at it trembling. He immediately
he's smart for sure.
On November 10th, 2009, moments before he was due to set sail for Okinawa, an island in Japan's far south, a passer's-by gaze was drawn to a tall, suspicious-looking youth wearing a hat, sunglasses, and a paper surgical mask. More than 2.5 years after he had become one of Japan's most wanted suspects, Tatsuya Ichihashi was arrested at the ferry terminal in Osaka for the murder of Lindsay Hawker.
This has been a long, hard battle for the Hawkers, and the battle is over. We've worked tirelessly as a family. We've never given in for our daughter. We've never given in. We wanted justice, and we've finally got justice. I'll also just like to thank the Japanese police. After a very bungled start to my daughter's murder, they've got their man. They've worked tirelessly, and they've eventually got the man. And the chief officer told me they would get the man sooner or later.
And they did. Cool.
We're just so relieved that this part of our life is over. I can go down to my daughter's grave this afternoon and tell her. Thank you.
I'd just like to say, I'd like to echo what my parents have said, but also I hope that our case kind of gives other families some kind of hope. We thank the Japanese press, we thank the Japanese people, but really, it's us that have done this. We haven't given up, not from day one. All the sleepless nights, all the not eating, all the crying, all the tears, it's all been worth it now. And we've got what we wanted, which was justice for Lindsay.
Kakoi. He's really cool, one blogger posted. When he was arrested, I thought his disheveled black hair and the line along his neck to his jaw made him look so sexy.
Oh my fucking god, I want to kill myself after hearing that.
See another side. Other fans explained that,
Man, this looks like some raggedy ass fucking version of the Jersey Beast, or the Beast from Jersey. Man. I'm gonna get this fucking bullshit out of here, bro. Looking like this fucking guy.
their admiration for Ichihashi with one writing. The son of physicians, he is tall. He has a lean, mean physique, a talent for illustrating, and can converse in a foreign language.
It just sounds like some AI shit. Who writes that, bro? Who the fuck? Oh my.
Lindsay's distraught family pushed for Ichihashi to be executed through Japan's death penalty procedure. His lawyers, however, successfully argued that he should be kept alive based on the potential for him to be reformed. During his trial, Tatsuya admitted raping and killing Lindsay Hawker, but claimed he killed her by accident when he was trying to muffle her screams for help. He also said that he had attempted to resuscitate her and had called an ambulance, but no evidence has ever been produced to support that claim. According to prosecutors, he had beaten Lindsay shortly after she had entered the apartment and used tape to bind her while he raped her. In early 2011, Tatsuya published a book detailing his time on the run titled Until the Arrest. In the book, he skipped over the atrocities of his crime, the truth of what happened that morning, and his motives for killing an innocent woman, instead focusing on his adventures while as a fugitive, living in constant
Way to fuel those fucking fan pages. Holy shit.
fear of arrest. The book went on to become a bestseller in both Japan and
Don't tell me this guy got out of prison.
Britain. So much so, the story was turned into a film called I Am Ichihashi, Journal of a Murderer. On July 21, 2011, the Chiba District Court sentenced Ichihashi to life imprisonment for the murder of Lindsay Hawker. Lindsay's father said of the sentencing, "We wanted justice, and we finally got justice." Her boyfriend, Ryan Garside, said he had made plans to propose to the English teacher who had been the best thing in my life. If you found this
Man, I feel more annoyed about those fucking people that were just glazing all over him. Jesus Christ, fucking killer. Good reacts, bro. Good videos. Those are good stories. Not necessarily in a good way, but those are stories that were very interesting, very sad. But I mean, shit, bro. You know, people are fucking odd. People like praise the Columbine shooters. People praise the fucking like, oh, like just Nazi fucking white supremacy and shit like that. You know, Aryan Brotherhood shit. You know, people are just odd. People are odd in the world. You know, that will always be a thing. I just genuinely wanted to fucking jump off a bridge in GTA 5 after hearing what the shit they were saying about that dude. Like, oh my god. But yeah, no cap. I think I am gonna go ahead and end stream because I recorded 2 of those videos of me reacting. I want to post them, but yeah, I don't know. I think I will go live tomorrow. Tuesday I will not, nor I think Tuesday yes. No, Tuesday no, Wednesday yes, because I'm going to Tuesday. On Tuesday I'm going to Corpus. So the schedule might actually be normal. I will not stream Tuesday night. But yeah. Peace out, y'all. Have a good fucking night. Oh shit. And I'm out of here. Peace out.